great. I see you all. You're looking great.
But yeah, and obviously we look good too. You know what I mean? We're slaying.
I'm thinking.
We're
You like our new accessories?
Oh, this is not an accessory. This is a sentient being.
Yeah.
It has feelings and emotions.
I see. She winking at us. Oh! We are gonna be doing a mukbang, but our mukbang is just chips and salsa.
Okay, we're not fancy. We don't have Taco Bell this time, guys. Okay, we're balling on a budget.
We're keeping with the Mexican theme, though.
Oh,
We're keeping with the Mexican theme.
With the cantina.
Us Hispanics gotta keep it together. I'm not gonna be giving a story time, just like last time. But Nitsa has some story time she wants to tell us.
Keeping up with the trend. Okay, yes. Nitsa always has story time because Nitsa's life is very eventful.
What is the theme of your story time today? On this fine evening? On a Tuesday? Or is it a Wednesday? Oh, America.
Oh!
America.
Land of the free. So, I want to talk about my Tinder horror stories, okay? And I know I said horror, okay, but it's not that bad. Like, I didn't get kidnapped or anything, obviously, but like, they were still pretty bad. While I was like starting my job and everything like that, I was talking to a couple of people on Tinder. I was on a couple of dating apps. I'm on Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble just because, you know, life gets boring when you graduate, you know what I mean? It's harder to make friends.
Yeah.
It's harder to, you know, make connections with people. So the only thing you can really do if you don't like have a steady way of like going out, like for me personally, I don't drive, is to go on dating apps. I met this one guy, and I'm gonna call him John. He's gonna be John Doe because obviously we're not gonna use real names. Okay, I don't want to call nobody out. But
can we name someone Daryl?
Yes, we're gonna. Oh my God, wait.
Wait, can you do your intermission?
What are we gonna? Wait. Okay, wait. I want to call him.
You need to. I was gonna say, do your Rick Grimes impression.
Oh my God, wait. Okay, wait, guys. This is my Rick Grimes impression, guys. Guys, we need to come to a solution. We gotta stick together for the group. For the group. I can do Maggie too. I can do Maggie too.
Do it.
Glenn! Glenn!
Oh no!
Glenn! I need you to do a zoom in on my face when you edit that.
I just don't.
Instead of calling him John Doe, I think I'm gonna call him Carl. Carl! I met this guy named Carl, and I met him on Tinder. Okay? So, I thought he was really cute. A little bit of the description of his appearance, because like, I don't really have a type, but he looked like a Pixar character. He literally looked like your stereotypical like young adult Pixar guy. He had the big schnoz. I already showed you. You were like, oh, he goes to my school. I'm talking about that guy. Why am I like beating you up? He was like dirty blonde hair. He was like average height. He was Italian, I think. Yeah, we started talking and we got along like really well from the start. So I was like, that's like not a normal thing that happens. I usually don't get along with people like when I first meet them, especially like dudes, because like men are all shitty human beings. First thing he said to me was like, you know, let's go get coffee sometime. Let's go on a date, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, okay, no problem, this sounds fun. So we had our first phone call the day that we first started talking on Tinder. And like I said, everything was cool, everything was fine. A couple of days later, we end up making plans to meet. So he picks me up and we go to his house first, which is like weird because he lives with his parents and like his sister. So I was like, oh, I'm like already meeting the fam. Like, wow, this is crazy. It's getting really serious. We walk in and the first thing we do is say hi to his parents, which was like
a little weird.
So we walk in and he's like, hey mom, hey dad, this is my date. I'm like,
how old is this man?
He's the same age as me. I'm still 18, almost 19, but we were both 18 at the time. And yeah, he's like, this is my date. And I was like, hi, like, I don't know, like, this is so weird. We had to go to his house because apparently he had to charge his phone and he didn't have a charger in his car. I'm like, wait, charge his phone, whatever, and then we left. We booked it. And we went to, like, downtown. We went to, like, the downtown area. I don't know if you if any of you guys live in Florida and you've been downtown, but we went to this place, I think it was called King Bao, because he was like, you need to try like bao buns, like they're so good. And I was like, okay.
Boba?
Bao buns. They're like really thick pieces of like dough that's like baked and then just like inside is like steak
What the
and
hell?
like vegetables.
How do you guys know all this shit?
I didn't know.
I don't know
thing.
food like that.
It's like a Korean thing, I think.
I know, but people, like a lot of my friends, they know so much about food, and it's like, I'm just gonna eat whatever is in front of me. Like, a peanut butter sandwich, okay. I'm not a picky eater, I'll eat anything. But people just have so much food knowledge, and I'm like, man, they really on the Food Network. Like, they're Chana.
Literally, Barefoot Contessa, literally.
They're
like,
Bobby Flay. I don't
this is
Guy
chocolate.
Fieri?
Take me to Flavor Town.
Oh,
Take me to Flavor Town.
That's what I'm saying. Okay, food knowledge. Get it? Get your food degree. I don't know.
It's getting really intense in here. So he took me to get bao buns, but on the ride there, it got really fucking deep. Like, I don't know why, but we started talking about his past relationship and how he was with her for 3 years, and they had just recently broken up.
Oh, that's a red flag right there, people. That's a red flag.
And we were like parked, so like we were about to go out to get the bao buns, but like we were parked in like a dark parking lot, so I was a little bit sketch. It was weird.
Yeah.
And then he was like, I just loved her so much, like, you know, and I just wasn't ready for the breakup,
Oh,
and you know,
God.
I was really shitty to her, and I was
God.
like,
That's a red flag. Do not get with someone that just freshly got out of a relationship. That's a no-no.
right, exactly. That was really awkward, and I was feeling like weird because I was under the impression after talking to him for a little bit that that's what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like some kind of like relationship, whether it's just casual or is more serious down the line. I was just under the impression that he wanted something a little bit more than just like like a date or friends or whatever. So he was like, I'm sorry if I led you on, and he was like in tears, by the way. It was like really weird. He was like in tears, and I was like, it's okay, like don't worry, like I don't know why I'm crying. Like I was like so fucking uncomfortable. And I was like, let's just go, like let's just go get the buns, like please. And so we walked out. Huh.
This was before you ate? What? You didn't even sit down and eat yet? Yo, what?
Got the food, went back, and it was like the smallest little shits. They were good though. I mean, they probably would have been even better if he wasn't like being weird. And I probably would have actually enjoyed the food.
Yeah.
He just wasn't giving a weird vibe. When we were in the car again, eating our food, he started talking about his ex again. I was like, bro, this is really weird. And he was just like, yeah, no, I'm sorry. You know, I just, and he was just crying. He was fucking crying, guys. I'm just like, what is up? Like, I'm just trying to like eat my food. He was like, I'm sorry if, you know, if I made you feel like I led you on. It's not my intention. You know, you're really beautiful, and just I would like to continue, you know, talking to you and going on dates with you and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, like, period. Like, I love that for you, and I'm down with whatever.
I love that for you, but not for me.
Like, he goes, like teary-eyed. He looks at me. He's like, I could really use a hug right now.
I don't.
I was like, I'm not gonna be a bitch. So I was like,
thank you.
I am like, I don't know what's wrong with me, but like, I just like don't say no. Like it's just like,
the same fucking way.
like I can't. So I was like, okay.
There.
Like, bring it in, but
There.
he denies it. He really denies it. But to this day, I will literally like scream to the fucking rooftops that he tried to kiss me. Because
He kissed you?
he tried to, but I dodged it so fucking fast. Like he was like, his nose was like touching mine because it was so big. It was like reached out at me. So casual. But like, yeah, he tried to kiss me. I could feel it, and I was like, I literally dodged. I said, whoa! Like I went all the way back.
Simmer down now.
And I started laughing because I was so nervous. I was like, oh my god, like that was so like, oh my god, like, oh my god. Like, what did I do? Like, in tears. And I'm just like, did you, like, it was just fucking awkward.
Are you stupid? You know what you did.
And then after that, he just took me home. He gave me a hug. And that was that. We did hang out a couple more times, and I will talk about those. We hung out again, and I think he took me to Barnes and Nobles, and he spent a lot of money on me. He bought me a like Walking Dead book that was kind of like behind the scenes, like how they made it, like SFX stuff, like costume,
so fucking cool,
like set design, all that stuff, and it was like $50. Yeah.
What does this dude do?
He works at McDonald's.
He bought you a $50 Walking Dead book? That's a keeper.
We're not even like besties. We're not even like together. Like, so that makes me think, you know, he has the intention of wanting something a little more seriously with me. Because like I wouldn't spend that much money on somebody that's just a stranger to me. You know what I mean? Or somebody that I don't want to pursue.
Yeah.
He took me home after that day. It was a very short date, but he took me home. Nothing happened. Nothing crazy happened. He didn't talk about his ex or nothing. Because it was honestly more of a hangout. Before that day, we had this like talk, and he was like, he was flirting with me, and like a lot. Like after the first date, like the bad day, he was flirting with me a lot, and I was like, okay, so then he must, you know, want something more with me. So I started flirting back. After a little bit of that, I don't know. I guess he just didn't like reciprocate the flirting when I did it. It was just so weird. And so I was like, so what's your problem? I was like, what's your dealio? Do you want something more serious or not? Like, or do you just want to be friends? Because like this is like really weird how you flirt with me, and it's like okay, but then when I flirt with you, it's like my ex, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he was like, I just want to be friends, and then he buys me a $50 Walking Dead book. Okay. Then I didn't talk to him for like a month after that date, and being, like,
you took your Walking Dead book and left.
Yeah, I really.
That's
did.
what you have to do.
I didn't talk to
This
him
is
for, like,
also Tinder or dating tips. So when someone gets you a Walking Dead book, you leave right after.
Oh yeah.
You take it and leave.
That's what I fucking love about going on dates, man. Like I just get free shit.
Yeah.
Like it's just
Free
like,
food, free shit, man.
oh,
Can't
I
beat
love
that.
being a woman. Anyways. And I was, you know, during that time I was like, you know, I wonder how he is, you know, I wonder how he's doing. So I texted him because I had him on Snapchat. And I was like, hey, how you doing? And he was like, I'm doing good, I'm doing good. Small talk. He was like, you know, we should hang out again sometime. Like, go on a date. And I'm like, here we fucking go. I was like, sure, why not? More free food, more free things, gifts galore. So we hang out again, but this time we're at his house the entire time. I'm like, okay, not terrible. We're just chilling on his couch, and man just looks at me and he goes, do you want to cuddle?
Ew. Ew.
And I'm like, okay, sure. And so, by the way, we're like cuddling and like watching fucking Family Guy.
That's kind of good. That's
Like-
honestly, that's kind of goals.
That's the vibe. So we're like cuddling for a while, whatever, it's been like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he goes, do you want to go to my room?
Were you not? You were in the living
We were in
room?
the living room.
Oh.
So he's like, do you want to go to my room?
He wanted to call you out in the open?
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck? His like parents were in the kitchen.
Ew! That's
what the fuck.
gross!
Yeah. And so we go to his room, and we didn't do anything. We just cuddled.
You
And that was
stared at
it.
each other.
We didn't even kiss. None of that. None of that. Yeah, none of that shit. Zilch. We went to his room and just did the exact same fucking thing we were doing on his couch. We were just cuddling. That was it. Man's knocked the fuck out. He was like, I heard him snoring and everything, and I was like, bitch, I'm not here to be a fucking. I'm not here to be a bed.
You're the stuffed animal.
I'm saying I'm the teddy bear. I'm the sleep aid. I was his Tylenol PM. In my brain, you know, I'm thinking, oh, he invited me over his house. We were cuddling the whole time. Seems like he really, you know, changed his outlook and is like probably looking for a relationship now. And I was like, okay, this might be going in a good direction. You know, he's a little cringe, but you know.
Oh God.
You can't have high standards for everyone, okay? We're not shallow here. It's time for me to go home because he has like a little appointment that he has to go to. So I'm like, okay. So he drives me home, and as he's driving me home, he's playing this fucking loud ass fucking music. And it's like fucking hurting my eardrums because it's the shittiest music I've ever heard in my life.
What's his taste of music?
It's like German, like club music. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is ugly. I'm sorry if you like German club music. I tell him to turn that shit down. Because it's fucking making my ears bleed. I don't know what kind of conversation we were having. I totally forgot because my memory doesn't fucking help me at all. And this was like months ago. But then we started talking about fake nails. And he was like, didn't you have like, you had like fake nails like a little bit ago, right? And I was like, no, I haven't worn like acrylics or fake nails in like months. I don't know what you're talking about. Who you talking to that has fake nails? And he was like, huh? And I was like, who are you talking to that got fake nails? Because I know I don't have fake nails. And he was like, wow, okay, you're like possessive. Like, and I was like, possessive? I'm just joking. Do you not hear the tone of my voice? I'm fucking around. That's what I do. And he was like, I don't know, it just kind of makes me mad. Like, if I want to talk to other girls, like, I can. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, okay. First of all, sure, you can talk to other girls. But after today, you made it seem as if I'm the only person that you really want to talk to. Okay? Because, like, going on dates and talking is one thing, but when you bring it to, like, a physical level, it is, like, it's a whole different story. Okay, like, I should be the only girl that you want to talk to. He goes, so, because there's this girl that I work with at, you know, McDonald's and stuff like that. Like, we never talk and I don't have her number or anything. But, like, I really just, I want to see if it works out. And I'm like, hold on. You've went on multiple dates with me. You have my number, you have my Snap, you have my Instagram. We've slept on the phone before multiple times. I've met your parents. And you'd rather pursue a girl from McDonald's that you know fucking jack shit about. So we parked in my apartment complex, and I was like, so what do you want? What do you want to happen now with this? Would you like to continue going on dates and have a more romantic relationship, or, you know, association with me? You know, not necessarily a relationship, but do you want to keep, you know, going the way we're going, or do you want to be friends or cut it off? What do you want? He goes, I think it would be best to just like stay like distant with each other. I didn't even say anything. I looked at him and I went, and then I got out of his car and fucking slammed the door. I fucking slammed that shit and walked away. And I unadded him off of everything, and I haven't talked to him since. Sweet as shit. So like, he's gonna be mine.
Swedish. And he's Swedish fish?
He's Swedish fish.
He's Swedish fish.
Oh my god.
I want a picture here.
Well, not of him.
Is Daryl.
No, not of him.
Is Daryl. Let's
his tattoo.
Let's put Daryl right here.
No, his tattoo.
No, Daryl Dixon.
Oh. Okay, wait. Put Daryl here.
Pretend he's right here.
Oh.
Kiss him.
Alright. And so I was just being very like distant and kind of like, oh yeah, that's crazy, not putting really my 2 cents into the situation at hand. And he was like, do you think I'm like a bad person for like, you know, what I said to her? And I was like, I don't think anything.
Yeah, I know.
I told him, I was like, I don't think anything. This is not my place to say anything.
I would have been like, I honestly don't care.
Right, because like she's in the past and I'm in the now. I don't know who this bitch is, so like I don't know what you want me to do. After a little bit, he just stopped talking to me with no explanation. He kind of just like completely went ghost, like just done. And there was no conflict between us. There was nothing bad that happened, no disagreement, no argument. It's perfectly fine. I think I fell asleep on the phone with him like the night before he ghosted me, and everything was fine from my point of view. And I was just like so like lost. I texted him a couple times. I called him a couple times. When I was about to call him for the last time, I texted him and I said, is the last time I'm gonna reach out to you, and like, if you don't answer, then I will not talk to you like ever again. So I did just that, and I didn't talk to him for like a couple months. Fast forward, when I'm like, I don't know, I got a job now, I'm in a different living situation. I haven't talked to him, like I said, in months. I see that he's on my recommended for like Snapchat, like, you know, when it says like recommending friends for like quick add or whatever. I see his name, and I'm like, like, what do I have to lose if I just like send a friend request? Because I was always confused as to why he ghosted me. Like, why, what reason, like, because I never got my closure, and like that's a big thing. I need closure. I need closure, or I can't like rest. I needed to know what I did wrong, and if it wasn't me, I needed to know it wasn't me. So I added him, and he did not add me back very quickly. So I was like, oh, he's probably not going to add me back. So I just like forgot about it. The very end of the day, I see that he added me back, and I was like, oh my fucking god. So I texted him, and I was like, hey, I don't know if you remember me or not, but you know, we met on Tinder, we went on a date, and I don't know, from my point of view, it was really great, everything was fine, and then you just like ghosted me. Yeah. And I wanted to know if it was anything that I did that like put you off or whatever. And he literally said, I do remember you. Yes, it would be hard to forget someone quite like you. And I know no matter what, it's inexcusable that it happened, but I just genuinely got into a bad mental state and sort of closed myself off. And then he told me, you know, a whole bunch of like personal shit that I won't say. And I was like, thank you. I'm like, you don't know how relieved I am to have that like closure finally. And he was just saying how he's like really, really sorry, genuinely. And he was like, it's not anything that you said or did, anything like that. It was just like him in a bad mental space, I guess. And I was just saying how I wish he would have told me, and you know, he wouldn't have had to ghost me. I could have just given him the space that he needed, and like I would have understood, you know, because like we all go through that. After we had that talk, he was like, but I am open to hanging out with you again if you would like that. I was like, well, like of course, the fuck, you know what I mean, like of course. So we added each other back on Discord, and we called, and sounded the same, acted the same, like
still sound like Squidward.
Yeah, I was like, oh my god, the nostalgia. I was like, so when do you want to hang out? He goes, I'm good for tomorrow. And I was like,
he's always good for the next day.
He's always good. He was like, I'd go there. He's like, I'd go there right now if I could. I'm like,
but you will not.
I was like, what the fuck? We were talking about hanging out the next day, and I was like, so we're just like friends hanging out, or like, he's like, it could be a date, and I'm like, okay, yeah. So we went on a date, second date, and he looked pretty much the same, dressed the same, everything like that, hugged again. It was like nostalgia. It was like the first date all over again. We went to the botanical garden. I gave him a reading because I do tarot. Same, like we held hands, we cuddled, we kissed, everything. Like it was just the same. And then he took me out to eat, paid for it, paid for everything.
What was it?
Went to Applebee's. Applebee's is like Florida cuisine. You know what I mean? That's like the staple Florida cuisine. And we got the same exact thing. I was like, I want this, and he was like, I was literally going to order the same thing. And I was like,
in Florida, if you couldn't tell.
Yeah. So we ordered the same food, and it was so good. Oh my god, I got mac and cheese with like honey chicken tenders. Oh my god, and like garlic bread. Oh, it was so good. I'm leaving out like a lot of details from like the date just because I'm only telling you like the like basic like important shit because like the details don't matter. After eating, he took me back home. I did not want to go back into my apartment. For some reason I was like, I did not want to like leave because I felt like it was gonna be the last time that I talked to him. And he didn't want to leave either. He did not want me to walk into that apartment. I don't know what it was, but he did not want me to walk. He would not let me leave. He would not let go of me. And every time I tried to leave, he just would not let go of me. And I was like, okay, strange. But finally, I was like, okay, I'm gonna go now, because it's time to go. So I walked back to my apartment. I text him. I say, you know, I had a really, really great time. It felt like exactly like the first time we hung out. You know, nothing has changed. And I'm happy about that. I just had a really great time. So, and he was like, me too. It was great, you know. And I would just like to, the second time around, take things a little bit slower than we did the first time. because I feel like it would just be better for us. And I was like, yeah, I totally agree. And the day after that, he had to go to work, and he just told me that he was having a really busy day. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. We talked about that. And then I was like, I sent him my schedule, because the day that we did hang out, he wanted to know what my schedule was for work, to see what, when's the next time we can hang out. I sent him that, and I was like, just let me know what days work for you best, and, I'll see you then. Ghosted. It looks different because it's my phone now.
My phone ran out of storage, so now we have Nitsa's phone. I don't know what I'm talking. Why am I talking like that?
Now we are using Nitsa's phone.
I'm actually Daria.
I have none, so I said nothing.
You sound like Daryl.
Daryl's always like...
Daryl's and Daria.
Man.
Man. Shoots his bow and arrow.
Damn.
Man.
Forget you. I love when he does that. But anyways, ghosted. I showed him my schedule, asked him what days he's free after that, ghosted. Mind you, he wanted to know that information, so I don't know what I did wrong, but I was pissed, to be quite frank. I was actually fucking over it. So I texted him on Snap, and I basically chewed his ass out. I was like, I'm so fucking pissed right now. I've never been so disappointed in anybody before. Like, I don't understand what I did or like to deserve this treatment from you. Okay, like, this is the second time you're ghosting me, and it's really just fucking like unacceptable at this point. Let me know right now what the fuck did I do. And then he blocked me.
And that's the end of the story?
Yeah. We have not talked since then. He was like, I'm just not mentally okay right now. And then the second time, nothing, no explanation. So it's like, it can't be for the same reason. Like, we went on one date. Like, we just reconnected, and now you're ghosting me. And he, like, admitted to me that I'm, like, the only girl that, like, really gives him the time of day and, like, understands and doesn't force him to come out of his shell, and, because he's not a talkative person. And he's like, you're really, like, the only girl I went on a date with that kind of, like, understands what I'm going through, or, who I am.
Yeah.
In such a short amount of time that we know each other. And I was asking him on our second date, I was like, have you been on any other dates, while we weren't talking to each other? And he was like, yeah, and they were all terrible. I've only had really good dating experiences with you recently. The first date that we went on, and then this, the second date. He's like, I've only had really good experiences with you. Everybody else.
And for that reason, you're blocked.
And for that reason, I don't know what it was. I don't know if you were
so
guys,
weird.
let me know in the comments what you think I did wrong.
I know. These people are so weird.
Like, honestly though, like, what do you guys think was the fucking reason? Like, I think that honestly he was just a little scared. I think he was scared. I think men are very fucking fragile, and they're a little afraid of, getting too serious with somebody.
Men are pussies.
And I don't know. It was just weird. I'm very nice. Okay, I'm a very nice person. I'm the sweet as an angel. I never assume that a guy is gonna pay for me on a date. I always just pull out my wallet, like, after I'm done ordering, and then they'll be like, no. And I'm like, are you sure? Because, like,
yeah,
I can do it. Like, I don't, it's totally fine. They're like, no, I want to pay for you. And I'm always grateful. I always
They
better
be like that.
Yeah.
They better do that.
I don't know what I did, but maybe I just didn't do enough. Like, I don't know. But I don't think I'm to blame for me being ghosted constantly. In conclusion, all men are trash, okay? And
specifically Tinder men.
Right, because actually, like, every date that I've gone on that was, like, terrible was Tinder. I have the most chemistry with guys, like, on, like, Bumble or Hinge, but Tinder guys are, like, they're, like, a different breed, like, in the worst way possible. They, like, have no fucking riz, no game, no game. They don't know how to fucking conversate. I'm tired of the hey, how are yous. Like, what is that? Like, be creative.
Do something.
That's why y'all don't have no bitches, because you're not creative.
I wish I could give Tinder stories or dating app stories, but I don't date anybody. So
she's an independent queen.
If you're not Davey Havoc or Ryan Dunn or Daryl Dixon, I don't want you. So give up now. Thank you guys for watching. Do not expect us to post like we used to 2 years ago, where we would post every single week, because it's not like that anymore.
And we live like 30 minutes away from each other.
We live 30 minutes away from each other now, if you guys didn't know. But we did address that. People are always like, what happened to Nitsa and Sam? And I'm like, did you not watch our 2 videos before?
Are you a real fan? Are you a number 1 fan? Like, did you really see our videos?
Did you not watch 2 videos ago where we were showing Nitsa being like, okay, I'm leaving? Did you not? Are you really a fan?
Yeah, we do not live in the same. We do not live in the same neighborhood.
We do not. We live 30 to 40 minutes away from each other now, so we cannot post like we used to. And I have a job. I have school.
I'm going to school, so it's gonna be
not the same.
Difficult to make videos.
We're still besties though. Don't think we're not besties anymore. We're still the best.
We're still the baddest beast
around.
Okay? Well, we post some videos, you know, just sporadically. You'll never know when it's gonna happen unless we announce it.
Maybe we'll post. Like, I still have to post I have to do a new room tour because I haven't done a room. Yeah, we haven't done room tours in 2 years, so we could do that.
Yeah, definitely gonna update.
Also, in April, sorry I keep interrupting you,
You're good.
We are going to a Villa Ballo concert at the end of April, so look out for that vlog.
And I'm going to Earth Day Birthday, not with Sam, unfortunately, but I'm going to Earth Day Birthday, so I'll try and film some clips for you guys. I'm going to be seeing Breaking Benjamin, New Year's Day, Falling in Reverse. Do you have any more updates to tell the peeps?
Don't know. You could put down any video ideas down below.
And if you follow us on Instagram, feel free to like DM us and be like, oh, we think you should do this video.
Yeah.
Like, cause
feel free to message us.
DMs are open.
Yeah.
So.
You can comment down below, or you can DM us. Our Instagrams are gonna be down in the description. Thank you guys for watching. We missed you so much. I missed you guys. I know Nitsa missed you guys. It's been like 8 or 9 months since we posted
Together.
Yeah. But thank you guys so much for watching.
Love you.
Goodbye. Also, comment down below what my snake should be named. My brother thinks it should be John Cena just because he's kind of camouflage, which I kind of like, but also, I don't know. Comment down below. Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Stop acting like you know the way ahead, like you know the rules, man. There are no rules, man. We're lost.